farmers, welcome back to Hinterland. Potato processing is going on and continuing. The potato harvest is over. We got all the potatoes into the main silo, which is like 280,000 liters I think I got back at the main farm. And of course I did bring some over into our bunker over here so I can keep this up and going, which is not a problem. The problem is keeping the spawn area clean. Unfortunately for our autoloader, just by leaving it here, it's not going to autoload onto the trailer, at least not the setup I have for autoloaders. So maybe find a different setup in the future, possibly. Yeah, this stuff just spawns left and right. The good news is, though, I can put this into our storage shed over there. It will accept these pallets, which is good because I want to keep the seed potatoes, but I want to sell the premium potatoes and pig food. So to have to separate those would be kind of a pain. So by putting them into the main storage over there, you can kind of see it off in the distance, I can just throw it all in there and then take out what I want afterwards and sell it when needed. So yeah, this is up and running. I'm trying to figure out a better way to possibly I mean, I could just put this stuff on selling and it'll sell it, but if it's not for a good price, then yeah, we're going to lose money on that. So this is up and running. But while I was checking on our production buildings, I noticed that my straw facility over here was not spawning anything. And that's when I found out there is a trigger over here, right up here for using it. There's a trigger right here. You can see it in the wall. No, not the chainsaw. We don't need a chainsaw for that. Yeah, right here. So if you come up here, you can see in the upper left-hand corner on the help menu, it says left mouse button to disable pallet spawn. So when you put it down, you'll see these right here. So if you want the spawn point active, you got to activate it and then it will spawn. Now, it only spawns 2 crates at a time, so it's not much of a holding area. The one thing that does come with this mod, I did know it came with it, but I was like, why do I want it? And maybe in the future I will. If I go to silos and scroll on down, you'll see where it says straw processing mod. And it's a storage building for these containers. So you could put this, it is 30,000 by the way. So you could put this on distribute, this building, and then these pallets would go into the storage unit, which then you could take out and then sell what you want to. So right now I'm just grabbing them and then putting them on down here. So that's what's going on with our production buildings currently. As for picking up all the bales, we have done that. So if we teleport back to the main farm here. Can I teleport to these? I cannot teleport to those. The Vulture we can teleport to. So we got all our conditioned grass in here. That's good to go. We got all of our silage bales in here along with our whole crop silage, which is fermenting. Let's see, does it say crop swath right there? So we ended up with 15 bales. So currently those are fermenting. Now, the one thing, if you were watching my last episode of Solyndra, I have put one of these buildings down as well. And when I spawned a bale, I was kind of worried that our stone walls might be in the way of things spawning. But if I come over to here, I think this is where I got to go. Yeah, we just want one of these, please. It spawns on the outside of the stone wall. So that's a good thing. Our stone wall is not going to be in the way of that. So we're all set there. So we got a good amount of straw. That's our hay that we have right there. Of course, our silage and whole crop silage, and our conditioned grass. I know I'm going to say condensed grass many times. For some reason, I can't get that out of my head. But there is that. What I need to do next, though, is I need to go ahead and feed the cows. And I'm wondering, can I do it with the Vultra? I probably should do it with the JCB. I'll just do it with the JCB. The JCB is something I needed to use anyways, because I need to fertilize the grass field that we mowed a couple episodes ago. Was that last episode? No, it was a couple episodes ago that we mowed that grass. But it needs to be fertilized. So let's move on to that. But with all this going on, yeah, the money situation is looking a little, yeah. It's looking a little, yeah. That's the way it's looking. We need to get some money coming on in. September is a good month to sell some of the straw products. But I think what we're going to be doing today as well, I'm going to steal the Volvo truck and come back over here. We're going to bring some manure and some digestate over to the BGA to be processed into electricity so we can get some money that way. Won't be a whole lot, but it'll be something. We got to, start bringing some money a little bit here and there. As for the potatoes, it looks like January is the best time to sell the premium potatoes. And I think pig food is in March. So, we got a ways to go before we can kind of sell that stuff. And a lot of potatoes need to be processed in the meantime. I am going to double check to see with the seed potato mod if there's a storage building for that. And there might be one. But I can kind of see the problem where even if there is one, it's going to be kind of expensive and I won't be able to afford it anyways. But at least for the future, maybe next season, fingers crossed, that'd be something that I could do. And that way I don't have to babysit the seed potato production as much as I am right now. It's not too bad with the autoloader. I can just teleport to the Volvo, hit load, it loads them up, and I just got to go back like every 2 or 3 minutes. That's how fast it's processing. It's processing really, really fast. Which is good, because we got a lot of potatoes to be processed. So this grass here, I might go ahead and I said like next cut, we might go ahead and make some hay out of it, and I can bring if I got plenty of hay, then maybe we'll bring some on over to make some hay pellets and sell those. Actually, I didn't check to see when the best time is to sell those, so we'll have to double check on that. Oh, I know what I was going to do with the Vultra. I still got more straw bales to pick up. And those straw bales we're going to pick up, we're going to bring over to the straw processing plant to be made into more straw products. Which is a straw pallet, which looks like a regular pallet, just it's a straw pallet. And straw accessories. And what I saw on the pallet of accessories looks like hats, handbags. That's what it kind of looks like. I'm going to be able to get that whole width right there. We can. Perfect. Now, if you're new to precision farming, that's what we're doing here on this map. There is something in the store that they kind of say you need to buy, but you don't. And it'll save you $15,000 per vehicle. So if I just go into the store, I didn't mention this before, but we'll just go on any tractor here. I don't think it really matters which one. We'll just pick a John Deere here. So, a Sierra Pro Compact. So if I hit yes, it'll say that this will detect the nitrogen demand for your crops while driving, and you have to turn on the sensor. As you can see, it's $15,000 for every time you want to put it on a tractor. You don't need it. It works either way. It works with or without it. So it doesn't matter. I don't have it on any of my tractors. And yeah, so save yourself $15,000. Unless you're going for pure realism, then yeah, you have to spend the $15,000 per vehicle to use it. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner, it knows that this is grass on sandy loam that we're currently on. Yeah, so we don't have the crop sensors or nitrogen sensors on the tractors, and it works just fine. Save yourself a whole bunch of cash that way. But like I said, unless you're going for the 100% realism, then spend the $15,000 and turn on the sensors when need be, but it doesn't really seem to do anything. I don't remember who it was that gave me the tip on that, but I was doing it on No Man's Land, and they said, you know, you really don't need the sensors, and I was like, what? So I gave it a try on a test map. I'm like, oh, we really don't need those for anything. So probably one of those things that one day they'll, you know, adjust and fix, but who knows. Let's drop that off there. Put everything away where it needs to go. Let's scoot on over and grab the TMR mixer. And now we got to figure out the true mixture for the cows, the moo-moos. And they went through quite a bit amount of food in one. It was like about an 18-hour run that we went. We checked the totals, and about 18 hours they went through about 40,000 liters. Something like that. And this is only 24 cows. I'm kind of nervous what's going to be like when we get up to 200 cows. If I can't manage that 200 cows, then we'll just have to sell them as we go. I think that holds 45,000 liters, this TMR mixer. So I can figure out the ratio. Holds 45,000. Alright. And let me see. Let me try to figure out, make sure we're on mixing ratio. Oh, there it is. I want to make sure we're on dairy cattle. So in the upper left-hand corner, let me try to get the menu so you can kind of read it. About halfway down the help menu, it says letter Y. I can change it. It says current recipe for dairy cattle. So I know it's just hay and silage that we want to do. All right. So hay is over here. I think we'll just spawn 2 of them. Is that all I got in here are 8,000 liter bales? Yes, they're all 8,000 liter bales. So we'll just grab 2 of them. And as for silage bales, grass silage, I got bales in here that are fermenting. Yeah, I'm just trying to read the totals there, make sure I grab the right one. Grass silage. Yeah, grass silage. Just going through the list myself, sorry. We'll spawn 3 of them. And let's see, those are 6,500. Alright, let's get the Voltra. Lift those up on in there. And actually, let me go ahead and detach the trailer. And I may actually... Let's get the JCB out of there. We'll pull it over here to give me a little bit more room. Let's go over and grab the hay bales. Now, this may be a little bit too much for the Voltra, even though we got 1,000... I think it's 1,000 kilogram weight on the back. Gently, and it should fall on in. Are you going to fall in? You're not going to fall in. Of course, I did pick him up at the wrong angle. Trying to entice it to fall on in. There's one. Alright, so I guess don't try to load the bales. I was trying to clip it just right. Don't load the bales like I just did. Am I too high with the pallet forks? Or too low? Is that down? It doesn't want to go on in. Get in there. No, don't grab it. Stay in there. Alright, so let's grab it the correct way this time. I'm just going to grab 2 and 2. So, like I said, I don't think the Voltra can handle... Alright. One just fell back in. I guess the good thing is if it falls over the stone wall, it automatically goes right back into the bale shed. Yeah, still lifting up the back of the Voltra. I may actually have to get a heavier weight for this. Come on. Fall in. There we go. How's that recipe looking? It's not looking the greatest at all. Alright, so we're going to try now 2 more bales of silage. If I can get that one to clip and fall in. There we go. That's looking a little bit better, I think. So it looks like 2 bales of hay and 4 bales of silage is the mixture I can go with. Let's see. Let's change the tip side to the right. And hopefully on the cows, everything should be going on up. Power food, moisture food, roughage, and base food should all be going up. Which it is. Slowly but surely. Alright, so it looks like another mixture is in order. So we'll spin this around here. And now that I kind of know the recipe, it should be easy peasy, nice and easy. So make sure we're grabbing silage. Make sure we're not grabbing something that's fermenting. We need 4 of those. And we need 2 of these. So the question is, can I grab these hay bales? Yeah, the Valtra is short enough. So it's easier to get into the mixer. It's going to be a lot of feeding the cows this series, I think. But probably after I do it more than a couple times, then I'll probably just do it more and less off camera once in a while. Trying to grab 2 bales and put them in here at once is a little tricky. Come on, fall in there. There we go. See if I can grab that top one without it falling back into the trigger. Yeah, I think a heavier weight would do me wonders here on the Valtra. I didn't think that 1,000-pound or 1,000-kilogram weight was not going to be enough. Those fell in. Good, 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 good. I should check on the mod hub. I didn't see one last time, but I didn't look too hard for it. Is a production building that makes TMR with Maize Plus. Because that would be wonderful to have. So I can just drive on over and grab like 100, well, this doesn't hold 100,000. The cow pasture, that is, the feeding trough. But if I could load like 100,000 liters at a time, that'd be great. And let's go ahead and spin back around. I didn't leave myself enough room here, so I'll just drive on through here. Now there are many ways to make TMR for the cows. You can see all the, I could have added other stuff to the recipe. I can even add grain grist, which I do, we should have. But it's good enough with just hay and silage for dairy cattle. Well, I probably could do another mixture, but I think that's good enough for now. I may do another mixture off camera. Now, technically, I could just give them conditioned grass, and they'd be fine as well. Conditioned grass will cover all 4 food groups as well. But I'm going to try to do TMR for the cows all year round. Now, let's go ahead and... yeah, we got to jump back over to here. And let's go ahead and clear this up a little bit. There we go. We're going to leave that there. And now we're going to go grab our slurry tanker. We're going to fill that up, bring that over to the BGA to start being processed. Then we'll grab our grain trailer and put manure into it. I know. We'll wash it afterwards. But we'll bring the manure over to the BGA as well. Get that processing started so we can start making some electricity. Get a little bit more cash into the bank account. Getting to be a little bit of a parking lot over here right now. Ooh, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Yeah, this is something I didn't think about. Well, it works. Hopefully I'm in the trigger. We are. Perfect. How much slurry do we have here? I think I got more than a tanker's load, which is good. We do actually have 16,000 liters of milk. I think we only got 2 cows that are currently making milk. And they're doing wonders. When the other ones all kick in about 5 more months or so, start making a whole bunch of butter and cheese. I'm not going to bother bringing over the 16,000 liters just yet. Just enough room to get the tanker in and out. Now this modular BGA that we're using processes the stuff rather quickly, so holding off as long as I did and crashing into it, it's not going to hurt us too much. Can we turn here, please? Thank you. Kind of forgot how much weight I had back there. I think this is the drop-off. Yes, it is. Now, can I sell digestate on this map or not? Let's see here. Digestate. Because that's what we're going to get as a byproduct of this. Digestate. No selling point. I mean, I could put down a selling point. How much does this BGA actually hold? Probably a lot, I'm thinking. It can hold 10 million liters. So that's a good amount, I think. Alright, let me go back and see how much slurry we got. Actually, I might as well just go ahead and grab it all. Bring it all on down here. Get it processed, and we'll drop off this trailer. And like I said, we'll grab the grain trailer, fill that up with manure. Bring that over as well. Well, this is a lot easier backing in this way. So I got plenty of room, just, you know, it's got a lot of equipment back here. Okay, so 5,000 liters, probably really not worth making my trip over right now. And you know what, I want to make it more congested, I'm going to leave that right there. Let's go grab the grain trailer. If I had a good amount of money, I'd buy another big trailer just for transporting manure, but money is tight. So we'll have to give it a good wash afterwards. And I'm not going to use the bucket loader. We're just going to go over and automatically fill it. So if we pull up right here, I think this trailer will take manure. Which it does. It's going to take a minute or two. And I'm hoping that the trigger at the BGA is a low one, because with a dump body, the trigger is going to be kind of low. And this is where, like I said, a lot of our money from this farm is going to come from the cows, between the manure and the slurry being processed at the BGA. And then, of course, with the milk, cheese, butter. It's going to be good. We just got to get the process going, which we have. It just takes a moment to really get it rolling. $108,000 liters of manure. Let's bring that over and we can start getting that processed. As for the automatic storage building that we have over here, I think I'm going to be putting down one of Omatana's storage buildings and eventually clear that one out and sell that one, just because hers is easier to access rather than this one over here. Alright, hopefully we can just dump this into here somewhere. Perfect. I was kind of nervous that maybe the trigger would be too low or something like that, but it'll work just fine. Let's go into here. Alright, so we got slurry. Yes, we'll go ahead and activate that. And then, of course, manure. Wait, silage and slurry? Straw and slurry? Maize silage, grass silage? No, we got to keep all that stuff. Potatoes, no, we're doing other stuff with that. Sugar beet, we might bring over. Yeah, manure, let's go ahead and activate that. So that's running. So if I hide inactive, we are all doing good except for the potatoes, which are probably full once again. No, I'm actually out of potatoes there. No big deal. We can take care of that. Yeah, I can see where I'm going to need another truck. Just because transporting the stuff back and forth. And I need a truck over here on the trailer to auto-load that stuff. Now, another thing I should mention, because it happened to me, but I cleaned it on up. If you're using this setup like I am, when you're using the wheel loader or something like that, loading potatoes into the seed potato production, if your seed potato gets too full and you're using a bucket loader, the potatoes will just drop on the ground underneath. It's not going to stop unloading, so be careful of that. Luckily, I only lost about 2,000 liters of potatoes. Now, I have thought about really using the system to my advantage. I thought about using some belts. The belts from the silo, and then coming on over and then loading it directly into the seed potato production. That way I don't ever have to use a bucket loader or whatever to fill it on up. But since I got to come over here as often as I do to, you know, empty out the spawn points, I thought, oh well, I'm over here anyways. And maybe in the future, once we get a, maybe I can find something to where I can put this into storage. That'd be great. So if I were to grab another 2,000 liters of potatoes and came over here, it may take a little bit, but any extra I'm dumping out of the bucket would drop underneath the collection point. So that kind of sucks. So just be aware of that. Can I fit any more on here? We can. That's a full trailer. And I'm thinking our storage building over here is going to be pretty darn full at this point. And I've been keeping my eye also on the sawmill, looking at the prices for that. When's the best time to sell stuff? And it's going to be a minute. So I'll just have to wait. So as long as I hug the building here, it will take it. And then if I turn around and then go this way, should do the same thing. Unless we get full. Are we full, or am I not close enough? Apparently we're not close enough. There we go. Now we're close enough. I can hold about 40 more in there, so I may have to spend 10,000. Was it 10,000 for her building? I may have to spend 10,000, put that down, and start storing some more stuff over here. Yeah, this spawns rather quickly. I know there are more buildings for the seed potato, but I don't know if it's a storage building or not. If I go into construction, it would have to actually fall under production. So, I mean, here's a building, but I think that comes with the unit in it. That's 455,000. These are the separate units. You can either use the small unit or the large unit like we're using. That's just a big building as well. So the only other two buildings that come with it, and I don't know if they're storage buildings or not, they're $455,000 or $450,000. So nothing I can afford for a while. That's for darn sure. Let's make sure we give this a decent wash here. And when I mean a decent wash, I mean just a quick rinse. But make sure we're trying to get some of that manure out of there, because we'll be putting in some grain in it pretty darn soon. Which should be sugar beet, I think, will be the next harvest. That goes into here. Right, that truck is pretty well clean. And we'll park this away. And I'll have to get back over with the truck for the seed potatoes. We can keep on picking those up. But for now, we'll leave that right here, because I need to grab the Voltra. And I need to grab the baling trailer. And let's go pick up the rest of the straw bales over in our cereal crop fields. And we're going to bring that on over to the straw processing plant. There we go. All set. Let's roll. So 4 silage bales and 2 hay bales will make us TMR for the cows. I can see after a while that's going to be a tedious job, to where I'm just going to be doing it a lot. Definitely in the morning when I wake up, I'll have to feed the cows. I may not. If I do quit the day early, I may just have to speed time until like about 10, 12 o'clock at night, feed the cows again. I may have to feed them like every 6 hours. That's how much feed they're going to go through. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As long as we keep track of them as we go along, they'll be fine. I just can't let them starve, because they will die, and we don't want that to happen. We'll lose money that way. So this is what's left of the straw bales. And I think I got enough straw. I'm confident enough to go ahead and bring this to the processing plant. I'll probably regret it next year when I run low on straw. But if we got to buy some, we got to buy some. And if I'm not mistaken, we can plant wheat and barley on this map in the springtime. Which I would like to do. That way we can figure out our crop rotation after we harvest everything. Let me go this way. You can really see the weeds infestating our fields now, but they'll disappear when we plant. We'll just have to take care of the weeds after we seed. And those sideless bales over there, I'm still just going to keep them there until I'm satisfied we got enough for our cows. And I'm hoping we do. Oh, there's actually no road going through here, so I was like, I'll take the road, but there is no road here yet. So the sugar beet, I'm thinking we'll keep maybe by like 100,000 liters of sugar beet, and the rest we'll bring over to the BGA to be processed. We need the sugar beet to help feed the sheep. And sometime next year, we'll get into having some chickens. And I think chickens do require some sugar beet as well. Oh, and I think I probably... No, I left myself some room here. Now, let me disable the auto loader. And it should just take them right off here. Takes a moment, but it does take them off the trailer. Or, you know, I let them fall off that way too. Alright, there's those. Unless we're full. No, it just takes a second. There we go. Should be all set. Alright, bring this back to the farm. We'll grab the truck, bring that back over here. So I can keep auto-loading the seed potatoes, the pig food, and the premium potatoes, put those into storage. And then, yeah, I think we're going to have to start... I need to bring in some cash. I know I keep saying that, but I got to find... I can't really wait for the best price in most cases. So we'll have to start seeing when the best price is, or if it's a decent enough price, we'll have to go ahead and start selling some stuff. We got more expenses coming up. We're going to have to lease the sugar beet header, which is not that expensive. We're going to be leasing the cotton module harvester. That is going to cost us, I think, just shy of $20,000. I know I had a look before, but I forgot the price. But I think it's like $15,000 maybe to lease that. Another storage shed over there, just like these right here. That's going to be 10 grand. And we are losing money every day because of loan interest and all that wonderful stuff. So, see, let's park that right here. And then, like I said, grab the Volvo truck and head out back over to the seed potato production. Keep that rolling, because the more we make, the better we'll have for storage. And then, of course, for selling. Alright, auto load those, please. Spawn a little bit more. Is that it for now? Alright, that's good. So what is actually next for harvesting here? So we got sugar beet. Sugar beet is not until October. Corn's going to be in October. And cotton, where's the cotton? Cotton is going to be October. So September, not a whole bunch to do, other than maybe, keep an eye on our production buildings, make sure they're up and running. Got to keep an eye on our animals. The grass field won't be ready for harvesting. Maybe planting, but like I said, I would like to hold off on planting until. I would like to plant wheat or barley soon, because the sooner I plant it, I can harvest it in a sooner month, which I might need to do. But I got to figure out crop rotation before I can do that, which means October. So October is going to be busy. We'll be doing harvesting, then figure out crop rotation. So actually, I could figure this out. I'll have it figured out next episode. I somewhat promise. We may be planting actually in September. Have to see. Because I already know what's in the fields. I just got to figure out the rotation. That's what I need to do. And also maybe selling some products as well. Oh yeah, you're already ready to be picked up. And yeah, if I could find a way to store these, that'd be great. That way I don't have to come over here every 30 seconds to clear out the spawn area. Another thing I thought about doing, I thought about going into the XML file and making these bags, instead of being like 1,000 liters, maybe 4,000 liters. So that way it just reduces the amount of pallets that we have. So that's something I might do. But lately I haven't had time to do too much, so I'll look into it. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland. But until then, have a good one.